Greetings, children of the screen, your friendly neighborhood nerd scum here, coming at you again with another Quick Thoughts video, this time focusing in on Batman White Knight, number 7 out of 8, by Sean Murphy, with contributions by Matt Hollingsworth. So previously, in the most recent issue, we saw Batman be made an enemy of Gotham and be taken in by the police and put into Arkham, though Jack Napier, formerly the Joker, would not allow his mask to be removed. That was part of the deal. In that same issue, we also saw that Neo Joker, one of the former Harley Quinns, had managed to find a large ice cannon developed by Victor Freeze's father and used that to basically hold the city ransom, demanding the return of Joker. Well, in this issue, we see that Jack Napier is having a really tough time maintaining himself. The medication that he's using to stave off the Joker is starting to be rendered inert. It's not working anymore. So there are moments where Joker is beginning to slip back through as he's trying to figure out how to keep this house of cards from falling. Like, he's built up this whole scheme. He's so close to winning, and then Neo Joker comes out of nowhere and just takes it from him. And it's that extra added stress is just like really pushing him to have to fight tooth and nail to hold on to Jack Napier. So he goes and speaks with Neo Joker, and basically when he comes out, OG Harley Quinn basically tells him, it's like, there's only one thing you can do. And anyone who's been reading this book, probably like me, figured that this was a moment that was eventually going to come. And I personally, I was kind of nervous. And here's a little bit of a spoiler for Dark Knight Metal, which came out last week. There's a thing that happens in this book. I won't specifically name it, actually, so that I'm hopefully not spoiling two different books. But, basically, there's a thing that happens in both books. And whenever Dark Knight Metal did it first, I knew it was coming in Batman White Knight, and I was like, man, I really hope that doesn't step on its toes. It does not. The way that it was handled in Dark Knight's Metal is unarguably awesome, and it's a really dope, cool scene, and I really enjoyed it, and I loved it, but when it happens in this book, it is laden with so much more emotion. There are so many different things going into it, and so many different levels that it plays on. It's really, really fantastic. But essentially, at a certain point, it is revealed that, the city is going to need the Batman's help, of course. So we get a nice little scene of Batman basically showing up at the GCPD where they had been retrofitting these GTOs and all these other muscle cars into their own versions of Batmobiles, and he just shows up with a whole fleet of actual Batmobiles and lays out this whole frickin' plan that they're going to do. And then he also gets to kind of make peace with Barbara and with Dick, and they have a nice moment together, and we also reveal that Bruce has the letter that Alfred wrote him before he passed, but Bruce is too afraid to read it. And in this issue, we don't get that letter read, so I'm assuming that will probably be the epilogue or the closing quota for this story will be that letter from Alfred, and I have a feeling that all of us are going to frickin' cry. As I said, I've given away a lot of the kind of plot points of this book, but I don't want to give everything away because it is frickin' awesome. No joke, guys, if y'all have not been reading Batman White Knight, you need to get on that. Obviously, there's only one issue left, and after that, the trade will be coming out before too long, and because this has been so successful, I'm sure they're going to do all kinds of deluxe editions and stuff, but if you can go out and find some of the single issues so you don't have to wait another 4 months for the trade, I highly recommend it, man. This is probably the best book that's been coming out from DC right now. I kid you not, man. Don't get me wrong, Dark Knight Metal, awesome. All the main titles that I've been reading, Superman, frickin' Teen Titans, Super Sons, all of those books are awesome. But Batman White Knight is something extra special. Obviously, it's an Elseworld story, but not an Elseworld story. And the world that Sean Murphy has created is frickin' phenomenal. The way that he encompasses and encapsulates Gotham visually is so it's the Gotham City that you've always felt when you read a Batman story, no matter how the imagery is set up, there's a feeling that you get that is invoked by the thought of Gotham City. And his Gotham City just reeks of like grime and dirt, and like it's lived in and it's worn down and new stuff's built on top of it, and you can feel the history in every panel, every building that's drawn. It's absolutely fantastic. The way that he depicts these characters is kind of just a like isolation and amplification of like the most core aspects of them. Of course, there's a few extra kind of twists, ways that he plays with the characters for his kind of out of continuity story and universe, but it all touches on elements of the characters that have always been present, and elements of the characters that, while maybe not explored in the same way, are very integral to who those characters are, even in the main continuity. As I said, guys, there's one more issue of this. I cannot wait for it. This has been absolutely one of my favorite books coming out. By the way, I did want to mention Doomsday Clock has been good, but with it now being bi-weekly, and I personally wasn't that impressed with the last issue, like, Batman White Knight's where it's at. That's what I'm saying, guys. But anyway, those are just my thoughts. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you like this video, please leave a like and share it with some friends. That is more important now than ever with everything that YouTube's been changing up on us. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit that little bell so you can get updates on all the cool content I'll have coming out in the future. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one. Nerd Scum, out.